But Fanny Crosby is a lady that I just think was a wonderful lady. She was a 3-year-old child that had an eye infection. And Fanny Crosby was treated by a doctor who put a particular solvent on a rag and put it over her eyes, and it burned her eyes, and she became blind. Well, this doctor was so upset that he had done this to a 3-year-old child that he disappeared and was never heard from again, at least not by Fanny Crosby. Well, Fanny Crosby grew up. Fanny Crosby wrote like 7,000 hymns. Many of them are in our hymn book today. Blessed Assurance is one of the hymns that she wrote. Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior, I think is another one. But anyway, Fanny Crosby made a statement when she was older, saying, I wish I knew where that doctor was today, because I would want to thank him for what happened. I'd want to tell him not to worry about it, that God had a greater plan in allowing it to happen. And she was asked, why would you say that? And she said, because I did not have my physical sight, I was able to see things with my heart that may have never been possible. She recognized that God had a plan in this new horizon, and that keeping Jesus as master of her life allowed some dramatic and dynamic things to happen from her life. Some years later, she was asked by D.L. Moody, Fanny, if you could have one thing in life, what would that be? And he expected her to say, well, I'd like to see. She said, if I could ask God for one thing, that one thing would be that I would ask to be blind for the rest of my life. He said, why in the world would you want that? She said, I want the first face that I ever remember seeing to be the face of Jesus Christ. And we have our struggles, we have our problems, our difficulties. Fanny Crosby was blind all of her life. And yet she had made peace with that. And she had found that horizon with Jesus a tremendous place of God's working out a great potential from her life. And God waits for us to understand these 3 keys to being a successful Christian. That every day you wake up and recognize who's on the throne. Every day you understand that you have been called to a certain mission, purpose in life. And that you've been set apart for one thing. That's why God has left you on this earth. No matter what you're busy about doing, God's left you on the earth for one thing. Just, I guarantee you worship services will be better in heaven. Preaching's going to be a lot better in heaven. But God left us here because this is where lost people are. And this is where we can reach them with our testimony, sharing our faith in Jesus Christ. I'm going to ask you to go to bed.